Cam, it's over. Man United finished third. In your wildest dreams, Cam, I know you're a guy of wild dreams. In your wildest dreams, did you think Manchester United were going to finish third this year with a trophy?
You watching me on my sleep or something? What's going on?
It sounded kind of weird.
Yeah, no, it did. I can't lie. Look, we didn't think it at the start of the season. I thought maybe 5th or 6th and maybe a trophy or something would have been a great season. We've got a trophy and got 3rd place. We've got a cup final next week, which now I'm actually quite optimistic for.
Why?
A few things. I think
Ten Hag speech at the end. Is that why?
No, and that honestly, that didn't help me. And the reason why was I remember Ole saying the exact same thing before we went to the Europa League final. So I don't want to get too carried away with that.
Yeah.
What has got me a little bit more excited? City have dropped points a couple of times, and I think even if you're a team that good, once you take your foot off the gas, it is really, really hard to get back up to the same level. And I know I haven't seen their team today.
Exactly.
I think they may well have rotated, but once, obviously, they dropped points against Brighton, dropped points against today, lost today.
They were drunk against Brighton, though, man. They bloody just
that is true. But I think once levels dropped, it is really hard to get it back up again. And I think Pep has got a job on his hands to do that. If they manage to do it, and look, it's a Manchester derby, they will turn up, fair enough.
Exactly.
But I think that gives us a little bit more hope. But also, I've spent a lot of time yesterday watching Man City.
What have you done? You're not going to come with some tactical thing of like, no, we can do it. What have you seen? They're not as good as anyone thinks they are.
I'll save it for the preview.
He's got something up his sleeve.
We can beat them. There is ways. There's little things we can do, and I think we've seen it in the last couple of games with Ten Hag, where you see things that are a little bit different that he's trying in preparation for that game. And I think that's one of Ten Hag's greatest strengths this season, is that in the lead up to big games, he hasn't just sort of said, we're going to play the way we always do in the games leading up to it, and then we're going to do something different in the big games. When he's got a specific game plan in mind for a big game, what he'll do is, obviously in training, it's not for most of the season, because it's been every 3 days, there's not much time to do things. So he's built in little elements slowly, gradually in the games leading up to that. And you've seen, I think before the semi-final against Brighton, you saw little elements that were being built up in the games before that. Before this game in the final, you're seeing little things. On Thursday night against Chelsea, today, little elements that he's putting in place to get ready.
What are they? Or are you trying to keep that for the tactical view when you do it?
Keep some of it for the tactical view, but I think you're seeing, in general, the out-of-possession shape, the 4-4-2 that we're using out of possession, and I think the distances between players. But I think, in particular, the thing that he's worked on whilst we've had training time is those two lines. A line of engagement, which is how high up your strikers engage, or how far up the pitch you'll let the opposition come before you engage. I think that's been a little bit deeper than we've seen before, and that's in preparation for Ederson against City. If you engage too high, they'll play around you using Ederson as the spare man nice and easily. So we're engaging a bit deeper. That's probably in preparation so we don't get baited into pressing really high, but also keeping that line at the back, the sort of the offside line, as high as we possibly can, keeping that gap really compact between the two banks of four. And that's something that we've really worked on and has got a lot better. And I think that's come down a little bit to Lindelof being in great form, Varane being in great form, the defenders in general in good form. And I think those are sort of things that you can see Ten Hag's preparing for that City game, because look, against teams like this, you can press a bit higher. It doesn't matter if they use the keeper, you can then recover. City will cut through you. Teams like this won't always cut through you, so you can go and press high. But he's putting the elements in place for that City game beforehand, which helps the team and gives me more confidence that when we get to the big occasion, we'll be in the right place to deal with it.
Well, Cam's done, he's got the team talk ready for City. Ten Hag, if you're listening, we'll play that to Josh. We'll play that to Ten Hag tomorrow. That's what we'll do.
I've actually got something I want you to ask him, but I'll tell you after.
Okay, all right, fair enough. This season's overall, I know there's one more game, but just with what you've seen, who's been your standout player?
Absolutely brilliant. I think we've got 3 world-class players in our team: Casemiro, Lisandro Martinez, and Luke Shaw. For me, I think
not Varane as well.
No,
not world class.
I think he's absolutely...
The ghost of Rafe the Phantom isn't world class.
I think as a box defender, defending a penalty box, pure defending, I don't think there's many better in the world. But I think he's just below that bracket, because on the ball he's not quite
there. Need to be. No, okay. The ghost of Rafe the Phantom, 4 Champions Leagues, was it 5? Can't remember. 4.
5. I remember.
No, because he wasn't there last year when Casemiro got 5th.
They won 5 with...
Oh, has he got 5? I think he got 4. Well, anyway, he's the ghost of Rafe the Phantom. He's the ghost of Rafe the Phantom, and he's not world class.
Yeah, you know what? I think this is it's a debate that we'll, I'm sure, have over the summer.
But anyway, you're saying those world class players.
I think there's a few players: Rashford, Varane. Bruno. I think they're in that bracket. They're not far below.
Yeah.
They're just below, just on the
Knocking
cusp
on the door.
of world class.
Okay.
Just below. No disrespect to them.
Yeah.
They're all brilliant at specific things, but in terms of a rounded enough skill set to be world class, just slightly below. For me.
How's that come into your assessment of the season overall?
Yeah, I didn't answer the question.
No.
You're right.
No.
You are right. No, I think over the course of the season, it's been fantastic. I think you can see the structures Ten Hag's looking to implement, and I think given the lack of training time to do what he's done is absolutely amazing. I think it shows how good of a coach he is. I think the rotation maybe hasn't always been the best, but in your first season, if you're trying to implement new structures, new principles, you've got to have consistency of selection, which is obviously at odds with playing a game every 3 days, especially in the Europa League, having to travel. So I think the season's been fantastic. Ten Hag's done a brilliant job, and I'm really excited to see over the summer who stays and who goes. And after the game, I actually stayed back for a long time.
Just to see if anyone give an extra.
Yeah.
Was you looking at Harry Maguire?
That was it. I think,
To see.
from what I've seen, I think Maguire's off. I think he looked really emotional. I think he had the feeling of someone that's going to leave in the summer. I think that's probably why he played today. I think, you know what, apart from the giveaway, he gave the ball away a couple of times, yeah. But do you know what? The whole sequence of events leading up to the penalty is two players who I think need to leave the club and probably will. Maguire's given the ball away, and then before that there's a cross in the 6-yard box.
David De Gea saved a penalty and lifted the Golden Glove today. I don't want to hear it from you today. And I'm with you, a lot.
Yeah, no.
Leave him alone. And then he made other saves as well.
The other saves, there was one that was middle of the goal. It was one of the biggest camera saves I've ever seen.
Cam.
People around me were saying, what a save, what a save. No, it's straight at him.
Cam, he saved the penalty and that changed the game.
Flex. It's the first time he saved a penalty in the league here since Leighton Baines in 2014. David Moyes was done here at that point.
You know what pisses me off? How do you know that already? What notifications do you have that's told you instantly? You ain't even been out of the ground 40 minutes yet.
Nah, it's been like an hour.
It's been an hour. Why have you gone and found that now for ammunition?
Look.
Why do you know that?
when you see
you shouldn't know that was the last time he did it.
If you see my Twitter timeline, you'll know.
Actually, yeah, true. You hate him all the time.
You know that guy who's posting De Gea mistakes every day till he leaves?
Yeah. It's your burner.
It's not me. I haven't got time for
you and Charlie set it up together.
Marcel. It's Marcel.
And Marcel, yeah, I forgot that. No, but listen, he changed the game with that save. He changed the game.
Yeah.
He did.
At the moment when the penalty was given, I was thinking,
I thought it was 2-0.
Yeah,
I thought
it was 2-0, we're down and out, we're done.
And then he just kicks the ball into the crowd. Come on. I got my Golden Glove. I saved this for you lot.
The thing that really annoyed me though, there were so many crosses. He could just catch the cross. You've got nobody else in that box. No one else.
Don't want to get injured, man. My ankles, man. I've got a big game Sunday. Cup final, ankles.
There is not a single other player in that half of the pitch who's allowed to use their hands. And he's
just, man. If I go up, man,
forget
get
his
bump.
ankles.
No, I've got to land. I've got to land. The higher I jump, the longer it is. I've got to come down. Pressure, knees, ankles.
Use your hands, catch the ball. It's not hard. But look, that's why.
But he saved the penalty.
Yeah, he saved a penalty. Congratulations, well done. Do you know what, actually? One thing that I think epitomises, I think it's probably well known now.
Why does this happen? It's supposed to be positive here. What's happening here?
I wanted to say something as well. One thing, I think it's been well known that Maguire and De Gea, between the two of them, don't get on.
No, 100%.
There was one moment that really stood out to me in the game. I was Stretford End, so I was right behind this.
Yeah, brilliant.
De Gea had that free kick, I think about 30 minutes.
Yeah, in the corner.
4, 5, 6 Manchester United players on that pitch were telling him, give the ball to Maguire.
Went there. Yeah.
Lindelof was saying, just pass it there.
Yeah.
He's unmarked.
Yeah.
Just give him the ball. We can play out.
No.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Do you know why? Because Maguire's crap. He's looked and gone, you know what? In Seville, he wanted it that time, and I'm not doing it. Not today. I'm going long. That's why.
He would have been perfectly fine in Seville if David De Gea had executed the pass properly.
No.
If you hadn't played a bouncing pass to his back foot when he's trying to twist himself to get out of a shit pass.
Did you see every time Harry Maguire was on the ball today?
It was fine.
No, he wasn't fine the whole time.
Look,
he's slow, and he does loads of pointing. Oh, go here for no reason. Stop. Come on.
Harry Maguire made 2 mistakes today.
Yeah.
Bad mistakes.
No, but you're cussing De Gea for not giving it to him when half the time he gives it to him, he's crap.
He was good, in general, he was good on the ball today, and he did a really good job on Mitrovic.
So did Lindelof.
There are not many. I think Lindelof got a little bit
did as well.
But Maguire was all over him. There are not many centre-backs in the Premier League who can genuinely say that they can be all over Mitrovic.
What are you saying to me here? What are you saying to me here?
I'm saying Maguire will get slaughtered for his game.
Yeah.
He wasn't as bad as people made out.
Yeah.
De Gea will get a lot of praise because he saved the penalty.
Yeah, and change the game because the game was going to be 2-0.
Yes.
Saved the penalty, and he never saves penalties.
But equally, he wasn't as good as made out. Basically, there's two extremes in this fan base.
alright.
Neither of them are as good or as bad as it seems. They're both somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
And ultimately, neither of them are good enough for Manchester United.
Why can't you? Why did you have to make it about David De Gea today? Why did you do that? Why?
I'm a disgrace to the team.
Who's your player of the season before we go? Who's the player of the season? Is it David De Gea?
Well, he's won the Golden Glove, hasn't he? It has to be.
Well, Ten Hag seems to think he's all right, but Cam, the XG man, doesn't.
Ten Hag's stringing him along.
Ten Hag don't know nothing.
Until one more week, let him go. Jobs are good. Got the Golden Glove. Great way to retire or go to, I don't know, China or Saudi Arabia, somewhere like that.
You do know he's going to be our number one next year?
If he's our number one next year,
he's going to be. Just get over it. Get over it.
You don't understand the pain of sitting behind the goal in the Stretford end.
Get over
when
it.
a cross is coming in.
I understand the jubilance.
You just know.
I understand the jubilance of saving a penalty in front of Stretford end and kicking it in there and going, come on, I got a Golden Glove at me. I got the best defence in the league and I got the Golden Glove at me.
You're saying that like it's happened regularly. Once in 9 years.
Before that,
9 years ago.
In them 9 years, 4 times out of 5, I was player of the year, mate. What were you doing then?
And
Where was the XG then?
How many trophies have we won in that time?
Where was the XG when I was 4 or 5 out of play?
How many
out of 10 years, I've been winning
games have gone wrong?
Where was the XG?
In the big moments.
I want to know where the XG was when David De Gea had to win 4 out of 5 player of the seasons. And he's a goalie. Why? Where was it?
The rest of the team are crap. Now the rest of the team are good and he's holding us back. Anyway,
roll on Sunday, man. We're going to beat City with De Gea in there.
Why are we doing this?
I don't know. But big up. Cam, big up.